Hello, this is Right Side Trader. Today is May 8th, 2026, and this is my weekly market review. We're reviewing the Dow 30, that's DIA, on a quarterly chart, monthly chart, weekly chart, and a daily chart. This is all for educational purposes only, no trade recommendation, because as we all know, trading is risky. You can lose money at trading, so please check with your financial advisor. Please check with your significant other, and make sure trading is something that is suitable for you. All right, let's jump over to these charts, and see what we see. Let's resize this and see what we see. We still see green on the Dow. The Dow still hasn't made all-time highs. The Dow did break 500 this week, but it couldn't make all-time highs. That's what we see here, but it's still green. Let's go ahead and go down to our monthly chart and see what we see here on this monthly chart. What we see here on the Dow, we see a red candle. What we're looking at is this red candle right here. We are still above the 9-10 moving average, which is this line right here. We still closed above our resistance 1 on these quarterly pivots and all. We have a doji, red doji at a top. This can be a bearish looking sign. But all the other indexes are looking very strong, bullish, but the Dow hasn't joined the party yet. What's going on here? Is this something that they're trying to make people believe? Because a lot of times on the TV, they talk about the Dow, and they don't talk as much about the S&P 500 or the Nasdaq or the Russell, and those indexes are doing really good. But the Dow is struggling, as we can see right here, to make all-time highs. That make an appearance of things are not as good as they actually are, because the Dow is only 30 stocks compared to your 2,000 in the Russell, your 500 in the S&P 500, and your 100 in the Nasdaq 100 that I'm looking at, QQQ. So again, be careful what you are listening to and what you are hearing out there, and pay attention to what's actually happening in the overall markets, in the larger markets. And that's all I really want to say about that. Don't want to go too off about that, but again, just be careful about what is being said out there. I don't know. I don't watch the news like that. I don't follow the financial news like that anyway. I follow my charts. But that's enough of that. But that's what I see here, and the thing is, this right here will be giving us a completely different picture. But we are above the 9-10 moving average, so that let us know that we are in a bull market. And being above an R1, that's a very bullish sign there, that we actually closed above there. And we are only a few dollars off all-time highs, as we can see here. So that's that. Let's go ahead and go down to our weekly chart and see what we see there on this weekly chart. Let's zoom in here. I want to zoom in here. Again, like you say, we had this piercing pattern, this up, kind of like right side up candle thing, and we had got couple good follow throughs. Then this market, when it got up here near this top, this supply, it has slowed down, as we can see. But once we do break that, I kind of expect this thing. We got a 450 here, and we almost have 550 here. I expect this thing to jump like 50 points if we can break that level and all. So again, be careful about shorting this thing. If you do get short, again, still based on your trading plan, your trading strategy, do as you see fit and all. Because again, we could get a nice little pullback and all. But once this thing take off, I think it's like a rubber band. It's kind of like a spring, a hydraulic thing, loading up. They're pumping that BB gun and loading that pressure up right now. That's what's happening. And this thing is going to take off like it took off from this bottom. And also be careful. That's just my opinion based on what I'm seeing. But that's pretty much that. And let me go ahead and let's go down to our daily noise and wrap this on up. And on this daily picture, as you can see, you see all this red, yesterday and today. You had a bearish, pattern right here. But again, on this candle right here, we didn't get confirmation and all. So that's that. We had a bearish looking pattern right there also, but we didn't get confirmation and all. So again, it's kind of like it's trying to happen. I think people call this a bull flag, or bear trap, whatever they call them. I don't know what they call them. I look at the other smaller candles, but that's another little thing right there. A lot of times you see this type of pattern like this, and you do end up with what we happened there. But then it came back down in here and test, and it couldn't get back any lower here. So again, I'm kind of still expecting this thing. Once it does get ready to take off, it's going to take off like crazy, like it did those first couple of weeks and all. Because again, I look like it has already come down here and filled this gap that it needs to fill. So it's loading up and getting ready to go. And that's what I see here. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I have here. Again, I do expect us to look like we might open up above pivot. That's this white line here. Again, based on where we close at, unless we get some bad news. And if we get going, again, our R1 level is still below all-time high. So again, we can still end up going sideways come next week, and this thing still may not break all-time highs. But that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I really see. I hope you guys had a great week. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you next week. This is Right Side Trader. Have a good one. Talk to you later. Bye.